Alright, welcome back to Operation Tirpitz. This is going to be turn 10, January 1941, the German turn. Before we get into it, I have a few items of housekeeping to get into. Um, First, when I took Gibraltar, I rolled on Dice Maiden after the video was recorded regarding the result of these two transports, and both of them were scuttled. And also, I announced in the Discord channel that I was putting the Italian transport in port in Gibraltar. Um, Also, in southern England, this airborne was built in a factory in England using Triumph of Democracy or Triumph of Capitalism. Um, and it has to be built in one of the factories, so it's being built in London, according to Subscullion. Also, in the Pacific, at Attu and Kiska, there's no supply path for a militia to upgrade, so the militia in Attu and Kiska could not be upgraded. So instead, he's upgrading the militia in Midway instead. And the same thing with Wake and Guam. Alright, that's all the housekeeping. At the start of the turn, um, there was a Molotov-Ribbentrop packed associated tech roll for the Soviets, and Spitfire used the Dice Maiden bot for that as well. He rolled a 9. So Soviet tech for jet fighters does reach stage 2 before the German turn commences. And I guess lastly, these are supposed to be counters for major techs or the number of tech rolls, not the number of techs that have gone to maximum completion. So Germany's at 4, USSR is 4, Japan at 2, Commonwealth at 2, France at none, England at 1, America at 7. Alright, let's go. I've once again rolled all of the dice for the tech off screen, and the results are as follows. Advanced artillery hit with 10, jet fighters hit with 8, LRA missed with 7, and advanced subs missed with 4. Okay, getting straight into the buys. Um, First, I'm declaring one buy of infantry. That is going to be lend-leased. I'll tell who I'm lend-leasing that to later. Um, Actually, I think before I declare my buys, I have to declare the DAK, Deutsches Afrika Korps, that I'm sending to Africa. I'm sending 2 infantry from Western Germany and 1 medium tank from Central Romania at the cost of 3 IPPs to Northern Africa this turn. So they're moved to the place unit stage for now, and I'll rename them to be DAK units. So they're distinguished. We don't have any markers to place under them to distinguish them otherwise. So that'll do. Alright, now, continuing with my buys. I have 60 remaining after I bought the infantry. I'm also buying a Strat Bomber for 12. Two Airborne for 6. Three Infantry for 9. Two Militia for 4. One AAA for 4. Um, 2 Tigers for 14, and 2 SS Panzers for 8. The remaining 3 are the cost associated with sending the DAK to North Africa, which clears my bank completely. Alright, let's get straight into combat moves, and this is going to be a relatively short one. Small number of combat moves. From Western Germany, I'm strat bombing the major factory in London with the escorts from both Paris and Western Germany can reach. And they'll have to land on the coast of A23 or A22. All right. Um, Also, the mountain infantry and artillery from Trondelag are boarding the transport that was in port in Narvik and attacking Labrador. Oh boy, having trouble clicking the correct things. There we go. So from Narvik, 1, 2, 3, um, and attacking Labrador, the medium bomber that is exposed there. Um, all right, and the Strat bomber in central Romania is carpet bombing East Poland. No other combat is taking place in East Poland. The submarine in A11 is moving 4 to A20 and raiding with the 2 submarines that were already in A20, and they're all staying in A20. Um, all of the submarines in A28 are moving into A27 and raiding. And the submarine in M2 is moving to A46 and raiding. And that should be all of my combat moves declared. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Before the combat, I want to acknowledge that Spitfire had the opportunity to scramble his fighters into, not Spitfire, said Spitfire because I'm looking at these fighters. Seb Scullion had the opportunity to scramble these fighters into London to defend the factory, but has declined to do so. Other than that, there's no actionable defenses that can be done, so let's just get straight to rolling. I'll do the Paris bombing first. 2 AA rolls at hit 3. Determine whether or not the bombers get to fly back, and both of the bombers do get to fly back. And the damage they deal, the first bomber does 2d6 of damage, which is 5 damage total. The second bomber does an additional 2d6, which is, holy crap, 12 damage. So, 5, 10, 15, 12. That's 17 damage total on the factory. Excellent. Okay, moving on to the next combat. Um, in Labrador, round 1 has an infantry attacking at 2 and a medium bomber defending at 4. And both missed, so the artillery brings itself up and attacks at 3, but also upgrades the mountain infantry to attack at 3 as well. Um, so round 2, everyone missed. This is round 3. The attackers get hit, so the medium bomber is dead. Alright, and the last land combat to declare is the carpet bombing of East Poland. There will be 3 die that are hit 2s. Wow, really lucky set of rolls I'm having on this turn. 2 hits. And those are going to be taken on the militia, and the other one's going to be taken probably on the cavalry, but Subscullion, if you would rather take the hit on an infantry over a cavalry, let us all know, and we'll make sure to update that before Spitfire's housekeeping section on his next video. Okay, so let's get straight into non-combat movements. All of the aircraft from London are. Oh no, I missed the submarine rating. So let's do north to south. So let's start with the Europe America line. The left die is my submarine. The right die is the convoy. Left is rolling at +2. Let's just go. That's 5 damage. That's maximum damage on the Europe America line already. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And next is the A-27 submarine. Submarine number 1. 4 damage. Submarine number 2. 2 damage. That's the rest. So that's 6 damage on the Atlantic line. Okay. And 1 submarine on the West African line. Max damage. 3 damage again. Leaving the British at 20 IPPs. Okay. Alright, let's go. The non-combat movements, the 2 bombers from London are flying to West Germany. The fighters from London are landing in Picardy and Normandy. It doesn't matter which is which, they have the same amount of range. And they're just landing there. Okay, from East Poland, the Strat bomber that carpet bombed East Poland is moving to Slovakia. From southern Norway, the fighter and the transport plane is picking up an airborne and traveling 1, 2, 3, 4 to Western Germany. Um, a blue division is moving from. Actually, it's gonna stay there. Yeah. Okay. Um, from Paris. Oh crap! I forgot to declare an attack on Alsace-Lorraine. I missed over it on my script. So I wanted 3 infantry from Paris to attack into Alsace-Lorraine um, during my combat move. So that's going to be 3 infantry at 2 versus 1 airborne at 2. I believe there's no river penalties. Yeah, no rivers, no mountains. Okay. Round 1, nothing. Round 2, nothing. Round 3, 1 hit for the Germans. That's it. Okay. The British go down 3. The Germans go up 3. Okay. More non-combat movements. From central Romania, 2 airborne are marching into Slovakia. 1 medium tank is driving into Slovakia. 2 medium tanks are driving into Bulgaria. Everything but 1 infantry in eastern Yugoslavia is making its way to Bulgaria. That's all 3 medium tanks, all 3 mechanized infantry, 4 infantry, and the cavalry. Also from central Romania, 2 infantry are joining in Bulgaria. Yeah, I don't think they're needed up there. Okay. More non-combats. From Bohemia, 1 advanced mechanized infantry is driving to Slovakia, and another is driving to Warsaw. From Warsaw, 1 of the heavy armor is driving to Slovakia. Um, Everything in eastern Germany is driving to Warsaw. Excellent. Okay, and now rail movements. 1 infantry from Warsaw is railing to Picardy. 1 infantry from eastern Yugoslavia is railing to Picardy. 1 infantry from Berlin, the Blue Division, is railing to Normandy. And from Paris, the last 2 infantry, 1 is marching to Normandy, 1 is marching to Picardy. And that should be all of my non-combat movements completed. Ah, I missed the Vichy ships are moving in their non-combat movement phase. 1, 2, and blockading the port in Cameroon. Excellent. So I don't forget that. Okay. Next is the placement phase. First, I'm going to place units. Let's drag everything up to first, this Lend-Lease, I'm going to go ahead and declare is being sent to Italy via the railway. So let's move all of this to the Atlantic. Okay. In Paris, I'm building one militia, one infantry, and one AAA, just like last turn. Um, the Italian infantry is being railed to northern Italy. The both Tigers and both SS Panzers are being built in eastern Germany. The one airborne is being built in western Germany. Um, two infantry are being built in western Germany. I wanted to rail one of these airborne from western Germany to Slovakia as well. Okay, there, yeah. The last airborne and the strategic bomber are being built in central Romania. The DAC units do not face interdiction when crossing the Mediterranean. There are no Allied warships in the Mediterranean, and there's no aircraft on Malta, so they are going to land in Tripoli. So those units are there. Excellent. Uh, Next, I did forget. I want to move the heavy cruiser and transport from port in western Germany. I want to move them to uh, A21 and put them in port in Normandy. Um, I don't have to go into combat with any ships on escort duty. Okay. I think that's all. I will get one additional blue division in Berlin for completion of the Spanish Civil War, and I will build an additional fortification in Normandy for Festung Europa. For the purposes of the video, I'll leave it at just this sandbag, but I will build it out before sending the file over. Next, we'll do recruit roles. The only powers that are recruited that have recruit roles for me now are Vichy France and Spain. Sweden is now dead. Well, not Sweden, but Finland. But Sweden is also dead. So let's do Vichy France first. We need to hit on a 2 or less. 10 is a miss. So Spain, let's hit on a 6 or less. 4, so that's a hit. I am going to build 2 additional militia in Madrid. So that's 10 militia total in Madrid. 1 infantry, 1 artillery, 2 artillery, 2 cavalry, and a fighter. Excellent. Okay. And last, I'm going to collect income. My income is at 53 right now. I suspect that may be false. I'm going to go over that as well. So I'm either at 52 or 53 with an additional 2 IP C's of wartime bonus from Norway. So that brings me to 54 or 55 before I end my turn. So I guess passing it off to Spitfire for the next communist turn.